Welcome to Modern Sages podcast. I am so excited to be sharing with you some really amazing upcoming events with the Modern Sages. Are you searching? Are you looking for something new, something different? Are you being called to your ancestral roots? The Modern Sages podcast is a tribe of women that believe in exploring beyond the broken constructs of society. We believe in empowering women to embrace the medicine within, all with an open mind, baby. We all know the concept. It takes a village to raise a child. It does take a village to raise a child. And honestly, it takes a village to raise our own inner child. And that is what the Modern Sages Soul Tribe is all about. There are aspects of us in society that we may not give ourselves permission to look at. We may have a harder time accepting something or maybe thinking it's bad or it's wrong or it's not for me. I can't look into that. That's shameful. And honestly, there are so many amazing facets and there's so many different ways of connection, of embracing the medicine within, of finding those answers deep within that do not have to be fear-based or fear-ridden or worrisome. And that's what the Modern Sages tribe is all about. When I got started stepping into being a medium, it felt very extremely lonely. I Some of my friend group dropped off. Some people came back, some came in. I had ups and downs when it came to friendships, family, even myself, my relationship with God. And it ultimately was pretty lonely. And I also didn't give myself permission to look at what other people were doing to find healing, to find the power within, to embrace what they were called to. When I stepped into my spiritual gifts even deeper, I went through this unraveling, and it was an unraveling of myself, of my beliefs, of what I knew to be true, of what resonated with me. It was an unraveling of different friendships. There were many friendships that were taken out of my life as I stepped forward into this new space, and many amazing relationships added. And there was different dynamic shifts within my family and within myself, within my connection to God. And growing up in a religious household, when stepping into this and talking more about what I wanted to do and who I was and what I felt really drawn to at that time in my life, which I love delivering messages, it is so soul fulfilling. And I was going to school, I was working in a dental office, and I was trying to just shut that part of me down. And over and over again, that aspect of connecting to ancestors, of delivering messages, of being a medium, it kept coming up. And when I wasn't doing that, I felt anxiety and I felt numb inside. And as I stepped into this space, it felt like my soul was on fire. It just lit up and I knew I needed to be there. I knew this is what I needed to do. And it scared the living daylight out of me. It was terrifying. It was extremely empowering at the same time. I was going to school at a religious college and I had roommates that didn't understand what was going on. And granted, I probably didn't really explain the best that I can, but when you look at filters of someone's life with such black and whiteness as well, it's hard for anyone to express themselves in a way that can make sense if someone's not fully aware or open or even interested into that space. I also had church leaders who told me that I couldn't do this, that it would be a bad thing, that it would be something that didn't resonate or would pull me back from being able to get married, to find someone who wants to approve of me and settle down with me. And it was very heart-wrenching. To me, I just kept thinking, how in the world, how can I be so guided and yet feel so rejected by those around me? And the fear of doing something different, of finding healing in a way that was different than what I was taught it had to be, of just pray, read, attend the temple, go to church. When those things don't feel fulfilling at times, it felt like it was more damaging to my soul in a lot of ways because I was navigating my own deep grief. It felt devastating. Like, I cannot believe that I'm in this situation. And I know that if I step away to try to find my own healing, it's going to look like I'm a sinner, I'm apostate, I'm being led away by the spiritual gift and being turned into influence in a bad direction. And I had this deep fear, this deep worry, this deep sense of scarcity that kept showing up for me. It's been an amazing opportunity of growth, of really embracing what resonates and what works for me. And I know that many women are going through this exact same experience. And it might not be them when it comes to like a religious construct, but it might be them just wanting to embrace more of that medicine within, more of what their heart calls them to, but being scared that they're not going to be accepted and that those around them are going to reject them. And that's the purpose of Modern Sages Soul Tribe, is to provide a safe space for those who are seeking to embrace the medicine within, to have a safe space, to have a tribe of women who is there to support them and to cheer them on, to help them see that there are different ways of connection. There are very many different facets of really embracing the medicine within and giving a voice and giving courage and having those who really are diving into that space, who want to help, who want to heal, who want to really reemphasize who they are as an individual. And that's what the Modern Sages Soul Tribe is, of women getting together with moon gatherings and events, retreats to encourage one another to embrace the medicine within, to find a community that you don't feel lonely, that you can talk about what you're experiencing and going through and being heard and loved and accepted. Because that's what I needed in that time of change and transition. And I went on these waves of where finally I decided, okay, I got to take a step back and I have to find a way to cultivate what feels right for me. And in the same space of that, when you have such structure in your life and then you're told, oh, that structure maybe isn't what feels right, or it just feels like it's soul damaging at the moment, it's scary to open up to new opportunities or different ways of having spiritual connection because the fear of, oh no, what if this is bad or what if this is wrong? And that really was part of my story. It was part of my experience. When I started working with Shaman Candace, she I didn't even know what I was getting into. I just knew that I needed something and I prayed and she reached out and said, "Hey, I'm taking students." And it aligned so perfectly. And I honestly did not know what I was getting into. And I just felt like this was the next step for my own healing, to bridge my own understanding so I didn't turn that pain or that rejection into bitterness that took hold of my heart, that pushed me back. Because when I was feeling bitter, my sessions weren't showing up as strong. I wasn't as connected to the other side. I felt numb and dead inside. And really stepping into this space of a different way of healing really helped me. It helped me find balance. It helped me step into my gifts more. It helped me evolve as a human being, knowing that this is what I'm here to experience. I am spirit having a human experience. And when the drama, the worry, the rejection, the heaviness set in, I had a better way to navigate through it. And I still have this going on in my own life. I'm far from perfect. But when we can have a tribe of women, when we can have others who are also seeking that medicine within, who are also here to empower one another, to embrace that side, empower it in our own children, in our families, in our relationships and connections, and in business and what we're doing in our careers, it brings a sense of purpose. It brings a sense of unique beauty to the world. And it's a daily experience. And so there are some days where you feel extremely motivated and so inspired. And there are some days where you sleep into the dream again, where you want to burn everything down and nothing feels right. And it's what's the point of it all? There is that happens as well. And so having a group, having a tribe, having a place to go in those days that feel like that will help you remember who you truly are, help inspire you to step back into that space of a heart centered life, of why we're here, of what we're here to experience, which is connection and love and joy and excitement. It will help bring all of that back into awareness. And that was something that I really sought after and I really struggled with and I really needed. And bringing people in and embracing others has been something that I have struggled with my whole life. Because if I don't let people in, I cannot be rejected. And that is such a lonely way of living. And yet, I'm aware that that is a tendency that I fall into often. And so, also creating this tribe is a way for me to also find my soul community that we can empower and embrace and just be together. Having people host opportunities of meditation, breath work, facilitating their own healing practices. Like, this is going to be a free place to really just explore all of the different ideas, and maybe someone's really into wanting to use more of their candles and have intention with candles or connect to your ancestors with fire. And maybe that's some who really want to dive deep into exploring their emotions, or a health coach, or a healing coach, or someone who's wanting to write a book. Like, this is a space to have all the women come together who are embracing the medicine within. And as we share our unique medicine, as we share what works, what hasn't worked, what we're working with, it helps spark this new light inside of another individual to say, hey, maybe that works for me. Maybe I can give that a try. And then maybe that will link you to something else and something else. And all of a sudden you're up on top of this ladder looking down, saying, where did I get started at? Oh, yeah, I heard this person share this experience. And it brought me to a space of freedom so that I could try that. And our voice, our medicine, our stories have power. They have inspiration, they have guidance. And on top of that, it's soul to soul connection for all of us to embrace this human, beautiful experience. And so I'm so excited to be really launching this Modern Sages Soul Tribe. Of course, in the show notes, there will be a link to get access to all of this. We're going to be having free calls, moon gatherings. We'll be having other facilitators host different things at some point, having retreats and online classes and Zoom calls, all kinds of amazing opportunities to really help you embrace that beautiful medicine within so that you don't have to feel alone or afraid or rejected, that you can have that beautiful community of open minded individuals who are going to encourage your soul's growth in whatever way, shape, and form that makes residence for you is important. But when we can see what others are doing, we can get a better understanding of what may work more effectively in our own life. And this isn't to pull away from anyone's religious, spiritual beliefs. In fact, this is just to add upon them, to add upon what works for some, what doesn't work for some, and introduce new opportunities of deeper connection, regardless of what that looks like. And of course, we're going to be doing amazing giveaways because I love giving gifts. I love receiving gifts. I just think that there's never enough tools, spiritual tools, books, resources, resins, incense, herbal teas. There's never enough of that in the world. And so in the Modern Sages Soul Tribe, we also are going to be doing a lot with giveaways and different ways of winning different things and I just feel as though it's such a great, playful, safe community for deep integration and deep work. If this really has resonated with you, I would absolutely love for you to join the Modern Sages Soul Tribe. And on Facebook, it's Modern Sages Soul Tribe Spiritual Seekers Embrace the Medicine Within. We're going to be really launching into a beautiful space. There's so much coming. In the month of October, we are going to be diving into how to connect even deeper to your ancestral roots. We're going to be exploring the different elements: air, fire, water, and earth, and how our ancestors used those elements to deepen their connection to their ancestors, to find a deeper fulfillment of who they truly are, as well as how we can connect to them in so many different beautiful ways. So if Modern Sages Tribe resonates and calls to you, please, please, please join the tribe, regardless of where you're at on your spiritual journey. If you're just getting started or if you've been in this space for quite a while, we need your medicine. The world needs your medicine. This tribe needs your unique, beautiful medicine. I would love to see you in the Modern Sages Soul Tribe. Blessings. Do you feel called to connect to your medicine within? Have you wanted to strengthen your spiritual gifts? Are you looking for ways to incorporate the sacred into your everyday life? Maybe do you want to have like-minded friends in a tribe who can connect with you? Modern Sages Soul Tribe is dedicated to spiritual seekers like yourself who are embracing the medicine within. Now, in this tribe, we are going to be doing moon gatherings, amazing spiritual gift giveaways, connecting to a soul tribe, as well as hosting mystery school classes. If you are feeling called to connect to the soul tribe, I will leave a link for you in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening to Modern Sages Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us online. Blessings.